Pop quiz, who's the biggest Call of Duty live streamer in the world right now? The first few people who probably came to your brain are people like NoJ456 who has 5.2 million subscribers, or maybe Syndicate who has almost 10 million subscribers here on YouTube. And pretty much no matter who you thought of, none of you would have guessed it to be Mr. Bluewoo, a Twitch streamer with only 30,000 followers. So how is it possible that someone that you've never heard of is almost a top 100 streamer on all of Twitch, with a completely dead live stream chat and sometimes averages over 10,000 live viewers at any given time playing MW3 zombies? Well, that's a deep rabbit hole, and at the end you'll see how he's been artificially inflating his viewership and deceiving the entire COD community. If you enjoyed, then a like would be really appreciated, and maybe subscribe. So Mr. Bluewoo didn't always live stream under that name, because a few years ago he went by the name Mr. Blue TTV and was a small zombies live streamer. A lot of his streams would be trying to complete Easter egg challenges or playing with friends in front of maybe 30 to 70 people watching live at any given time, and that's because even though zombies might be popular here on YouTube and has always had a strong presence, it's never gained much traction on Twitch, or at least not in the last 10 years for any longer than a week or two after launch. So there's a lot of people like Blue who will get to this level of viewership but never go much above that. This went on for a few years until June of 2021, where Blue decided it would be time to start streaming other games alongside COD Zombies. I'm not sure of the reason for this, but as is usual when someone breaks away from their established community and game, their viewership goes a little bit lower, going from those 30 to 70 average viewers down to 10 sometimes on these new games, until he found a new game called Video Horror Society, which is a weird Friday the 13th style game where you hunt other players. On there, he seemed to experience genuine growth, going up to almost 100 average viewers and an active chat to talk to. But after some months of that, he moved on once again, and one thing you do need to understand about Blue is that he streams a lot. I mean, sometimes 700 hours per month. That's an average of almost 23.5 hours every single day. So near the end of 2022, when he was doing some of these long streams, and during them he would go from games to like Tarkov to Hades to Minecraft all in one sitting. As a result, a lot of these new viewers that he had gained began to tune out, and Blue was back down to 15 average viewers. Then suddenly on April 7th of this year, Blue was playing a game called Meet Your Maker, and suddenly his view count started to go up. Not much at first, going from 15 viewers to 40 to 80 over a week's worth of streams. After that, he began to stream a Ghostbusters game, and the viewer count kept going up to over 140 average viewers. That's some great growth from games that currently have 0 viewers and 1 viewer in their respective Twitch category as a whole, and were also not even new at the time that he was streaming them, making it extremely unlikely that so many people would be willing to watch Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed for over 24 hours straight. At the end of May, Blue moved on to another new game called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where our friend here went from averaging 130 viewers to over 560 literally overnight. But this is also where he clearly began to fuck up. It's pretty normal to be streaming and gain 5 to 10 followers per stream if you've got about 30 viewers and stream for 3 hours or so. Obviously, as the live viewer counts and time that you're streaming go up, you expect the new followers to go up as well, especially when you're streaming a new game and have 4 times the average viewers that you normally do. But after the initial wave of people coming into the category passed, Blue went from 100 new followers every stream with 170 average viewers to gaining less than 10 new followers while averaging over 500 viewers. That's simply not natural and throws up a massive amount of red flags right away. This trend only continued to get more and more out of hand as the months passed, Blue continuing to play new games every few days, averaging over 500 live viewers for an entire 24-hour live stream, and somehow only gaining 1 follower that entire stream. And on August 19th of this year, things got extremely obvious. Blue began his stream playing Dark and Darker, a game with a decent following but nothing crazy. Within 2 minutes of going live, Blue is up to 439 viewers already, making him the top person in the category, which doesn't even happen to the biggest streamers on the platform that quickly. Over the next 6 hours, his viewers slowly began to climb up to around the 700 mark, but then suddenly, as soon as the 6-hour mark in the stream hits and Blue is switching over to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, his viewer count spikes up all the way to 7,405. Usually when you see a spike like this, it's because a huge streamer has raided your channel. During that time, you'll gain a good amount of followers, maybe 50 to 100 if you're a nice person. Blue gained exactly -1 follower over the next 20 minutes following this viewer spike. So I think we can safely rule out it being a raid. Then for the next 12 hours, the viewer numbers would go up and down by a few hundred until he slowly tuned it back down to near 500 viewers. Just like clockwork though, around the 30-hour point of the stream, stream, his viewership suddenly spiked again to almost 6,000 viewers out of absolutely nowhere, maintaining the same level of viewership until the curve happened once again back down to 700 viewers. For some contrast, as I mentioned earlier, Blue is almost a top 100 streamer on all of Twitch right now. He's number 121 to be exact, so let's look at number 120 named Maximilian Dude to see what their average stream looked like on that exact same day, August 19th. Looking at this graph, Maximilian streamed for over 7 hours, which is a lot of time, and followed the typical curve that most live streams do. They start off very strong with people being able to watch normally for an hour or two, and then the viewership slowly dwindles as the stream goes along. And during that time, there's not any ridiculous peaks or dips in the same way the Blue stream is doing. Maximilian also has 1.2 million Twitch followers, slowly growing his community over time with hard work and trying to be entertaining. Blue, by comparison, only has 34,000 followers, but at the time of this stream, he had about 14,000, making it even more unlikely. If this was YouTube, then none of this would seem out of the ordinary. Channels come out of nowhere literally every day to outperform those subscriber numbers and become popular basically overnight. That growth comes from its recommendation systems. Twitch, on the other hand, does not have that, and there is no way to gain viewership other than collaborating with other creators, streaming a lot, being entertaining, and growing on other platforms like a YouTube channel. So that once you have those followings over there, you can funnel people over to your Twitch streams. Is it maybe possible that Blue is popular somewhere else and I just don't realize it? Let's start with YouTube here because that's the most obvious one, and it looks like things aren't off to a good start for Blue here because his channel only has 135 subscribers and hasn't uploaded in 9 months. He also has another channel I found with 114 subscribers on it, but don't worry, he's still got time to reply to comments on 3-year-old videos. Maybe he's famous on Twitter or something. Once again, sadly nope, because our buddy here has 345 followers on there and gets 0 engagements per tweet on average. Something interesting though is that all of his tweets since the 5th of November have had it so that no one besides him can reply to the tweet. I wonder why. Maybe is it because people are starting to notice something fishy is going on with him? And when you search for any tweets that are mentioning him, you begin to see a pattern. Pretty much any time that he's mentioned, it's people talking about his view botting and pointing out obvious shit to him. In a moment that's almost hard to fathom how accurate it is, in response to a thread calling him out for his blatant view botting practices, Blue goes on the offense, saying that, in quotes, "LOL, if you're this hurt by my success, you better brace yourself for what's coming," close quote. The other person then replied with "lol, more bots incoming." This person on Twitter literally could not have been any more right if they had even tried, because starting in late October, Blue literally outdid himself by going up to averaging 3,000 viewers in his 48-hour streams. That was just the opening act. In his magnum opus, when Modern Warfare 3 releases, Blue went up to averaging over 6,400 viewers for the first few days, and then today on October 17th is averaging over 10,000 viewers. Why now though to pull the trigger on this obvious view botting? It's because MW3 is a new game that people want to watch on Twitch, and then there's the added bonus of the Twitch drop system. When a new game wants to market itself, it will work with Twitch to make a system where watching a live stream of that game will give you in-game rewards. MW3 currently has this running and people want to farm those rewards. And because so many people want those rewards, they're just going to click on the stream that's at the top of the Modern Warfare 3 category without thinking about it at all, meaning that with Blue view botting himself so many viewers to make himself #1 in the category, he will end up with a lot of real viewers who are either there to farm Twitch drops or could just not be bothered to scroll any further down if they want to see Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. We haven't even talked about the fact that his live stream chat is completely dead. With almost 10,000 viewers, you would expect a stream chat to move pretty quickly, with there maybe being 75 to 100 messages per minute. That's just on average, but when something happens, it's a hallmark of any big stream to have chat just spam stupid shit sometimes. I sat in Blue's chat for over 5 minutes, and the only 2 messages were someone posting the same message from a few minutes earlier, and someone asking if there was a legendary backpack upgrade. That's just fucking sad. You can fake your viewership numbers, but you can't fake a community who want to talk to you. As a result of getting these real viewers though, Blue is doing a few things. Firstly, he's breaking the Twitch terms of service and should 100% be banned for what he's doing. Secondly, as a result of being at the top of the category, he's gaining real followers that don't realize that he's view botting, and he's also making, I would estimate, over $10,000 this month just from viewers watching watching the ads. Because when you click onto a Twitch live stream, it will play an ad at the beginning, then you'll start watching and you can begin to farm your drops, and then potentially if he plays ads midstream, he's getting even more money for that, which is a crazy amount of money for someone who probably has 4 real viewers in his stream that are actually there for him. So this leaves us with a couple of big questions. Why is he viewbotting so much, and does he admit to viewbotting? Well, my theory is that clearly Blue has a lot of time on his hands. Over the last month, Blue has been live for an average of 23.5 hours per day. I assume that he wanted his Twitch to grow so badly that it didn't matter to him how he did it, even if it means being dishonest and people disliking him. And when a new game like MW3 releases, he gets rewarded with ad revenue and maybe even potentially some real viewers after a little while. When people confront him about all of this, his typical response tends to vary a little bit. His most common one is to say that people are obsessed with him, that he lives rent-free in their head. Another is that everybody's jealous of his success with streaming, but the most curious one of them all is that he claims his viewership comes from embedded views and the front page of Twitch. Apparently his strategy is to buy advertising on the front page of Twitch in the areas off to the side, which, if I'm understanding it correctly here, just doesn't really work like that. And he also buys other ads across the internet where people are apparently watching him but just not coming into the live stream chat. That explanation might be the dumbest thing that I've ever heard, honestly, because embedding your stream anywhere, including the front page of Twitch, is not cheap. It's also really just super massively expensive to do. Let's take YouTube advertising for example. If I wanted to find English speaking people in the United States to promote my video to, which would probably be who's wanting to watch his live streams, it would cost me $10,000 to get a maximum of 50,000 total views in a few weeks. And most of those people would only stick around for a couple of minutes. Getting 5,000 new viewers in a few seconds would cost so much money it would make Jeff Bezos have nightmares. But it's not just getting them in there, it's maintaining those viewers who are somehow so invested in your stream that they will watch for 12 hours straight but somehow never come into chat and talk. Man, isn't that just the darndest thing? It's really impressive that a guy with 100 YouTube subscribers, 300 Twitter followers, and a 75 follower TikTok somehow manages to average 10,000 live viewers on Twitch. Well, the only thing really left to do at this point is to ask you guys to share this video with Twitch, and let's go ask Mr. Blue himself if he's viewbotting for ourselves. And as I expected, I got banned from his chat without any real response. Normal people would just say no, or say maybe someone's doing it to them and they can't really control it, but nope, not this absolute hero. I can't believe this guy hasn't been banned yet. Twitch needs to do something about it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. Liking the video would be extremely appreciated, and maybe subscribe. Love you. Bye-bye.